The acrimonious marriage between a 90-Day Fiancé Season 6 stars Laida and Eric has resulted in another arrest. Eric, obviously, as you can see in front of your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is pretty much an updated video because the last time we made a video, this was based on Laida being arrested. Now it is based on Eric being arrested, okay? And also, at the time, Laida had posted some videos and whatnot, which is something that we will also talk about in this video. But as you can see, it continues in the next paragraph where it says, according to police records, Eric was arrested just before 3 a.m. Saturday. He is currently in custody of the Adams County Jail in Wisconsin on charges of domestic battery and domestic disorderly conduct. The 40-year-old's arrest comes after his wife, Laida, posted a series of Instagram stories claiming he slapped her multiple times. She also posted a video of Eric allegedly passed out drunk behind the wheel of her car, okay, which is something that we did speak about in a previous video, and I'm pretty sure it might have been around the January-February time. But we continue here where it says, Eric arrest details. I can't believe he did it again. Laida started her first clip, but this time he cannot make shit up. Laida claimed Eric had been drinking and asked to hold her couple's baby. It was revealed Laida was pregnant when she was arrested after altercation with Eric in January, something that we spoke about, okay? Laida refused to allow Eric to hold the child. From Laida's video, his face was so red and he looks like so sleepy like that. Of course, I'm not gonna let him carry my baby, carry my daughter, right? Question mark. And because of that, he got agitated. He slapped me again. He slapped me hard. He was yelling at me in front of me. Not too sure that last sentence makes sense, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Now, it continues here by saying Laida pointed out that previous altercations with Eric resulted in her arrest, but it was always him who was the aggressor, usually after drinking. She said this time will be different because she documented everything. And listen, I'm telling you now, folks, always document everything, okay? Every single thing you document the hell out of it. That's how you cover yourself. This is something that you learn when you're working in schools. Obviously, with my time when I was working as a PE teacher, you know, it was told that if anything goes down, you see anything with kids, you know, any little thing with kids, parents, always document it down, okay? And then when there's a pattern, you got enough information, bring it forward, and then the school could be in a better position to use it to do whatever they need to do to either get the child the help the child needs or to do whatever it needs necessary to the parent. So trust me when I tell you, this is something that is international. This is something that people should do in all walks of life. Document every single bloody thing in this world, folks, okay? Anything bad, anything suspicious, you do it. Don't even hesitate, okay? Without a shadow of a freaking doubt. Now, with that being said, it continues here by saying that Eric passed out drunk. And these are the images here, as you can see, of Eric obviously passed out. Obviously, we cannot confirm that he's drunk, but we can definitely confirm that he is passed out. And as you can see here in the background, she's obviously there taking the pictures. Yes, Eric passed out, you effing out. Now, it does say here that after talking about what happened, Laida went outside of couple's residence and filmed Eric in the driver's seat of her car. He was sitting in the driver's seat, slumped over the steering wheel. So let's get into exactly what is then said after this. Laida said he was passed out and unresponsive. She banged on the driver window and Eric didn't respond. I want to see if he's still untouchable from this, Laida said. I want to see if he is still unable to get charges. In a later video, Laida claimed Eric drove off in her car. He stole my car, she said. So I told the police, hey, I am gonna, in an audible, reporting a stolen car because that car is actually under my name. Which, to be fair, I'll say she was probably right to do that because, you know, if a car's under her name and maybe he's taken it and he hasn't got any legal right behind that car in any shape or form, it would be her that obviously would be in a very unnecessary position. So that does make sense. But then again, though, I don't know how these things work in America. It could be different to the UK. Now, as it continues, it says, as previously mentioned, Eric was booked on charges of domestic battery and domestic disorderly conduct. As yet, there is no theft charge in regard to Laida's car. There is also no DUI or DWI charge, which is very strange because you'd think there would be one. But nonetheless, though, Laida also went through a garbage can and highlighted multiple empty alcoholic drink containers. The containers included 3 8% alcohol drinks and one 16% alcohol drink. Damn. Yeah, that 16% one must have hit him different. Then again, though, maybe the 8 did as well. Depends on obviously whether he's a lightweight or not. But it continues here by saying the police officers reportedly asked Laida if she wanted no contact order put in place. She states she hopes to have an arrangement where Eric can only contact her via email, so all of their communication will be documented. That is a very, very wise thing to do. Yeah, she was smart for that one, to be honest with you. Then also continues here by saying that this time is over. Laida said of her relationship with Eric, I am done. I don't feel safe. I mean, listen, the fact that obviously they've now got a child, you'd like to think that this is over now, that she wants to feel safe for her child specifically. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, I guess when it comes to custody and when it comes to visitation rights, that will be something I guess they'll have to figure out in a way that can be done that would allow her to obviously feel safe and also allow her to trust him with their baby. Whether or not it's ever going to come to that, I guess we have to wait and find out. And that's something that we can obviously update you guys on later on whenever that happens, if it happens. It continues here by saying Laida previously filed for divorce from Eric early last year. She quickly changed her mind and the case was dismissed less than 2 weeks after it was filed. Can you imagine? Laida previously filed for divorce from Eric early last year, folks. She quickly changed her mind and the case was dismissed. Yeah, so when she says this time is over, yeah, okay, let's just second think that. Now it continues here by saying Laida is still facing multiple charges after an altercation with Eric, which resulted in her arrest in January. Those charges include intentional mistreating an animal, domestic orderly conduct with the use of dangerous weapon, and felony bail jumping. She is due back in court next month for a review hearing, which of course will be here to update you folks. So the thing is, we've got a couple here where both of them are just completely unstable, both of them are unhinged as F, and the question is which one of them is ever going to take, accountability and take responsibility, because as far as I'm concerned, she's probably not going to leave this man for good, and this child that they now have is going to grow up in a very, very disgusting environment, and that makes me feel sick for their child, to be honest with you. And it makes me sick just saying for their child, because these two don't even deserve to even have a child. I do hope that the child can actually be taken away from both parents, to be honest with you, and both of them are then given visitation rights to see their child, to then prove that yes, they will be able to provide a healthy living for their child. Because obviously, as of right now, they haven't done anything negative to their child. Okay, that's not something that has happened. So therefore, they probably won't lose any custody. But because nothing's happened, I would, in a perfect world or in a better world, would ideally be like, you know what, because you two have got a clearly unstable relationship, it's probably best that we take your child away for the time being until you can both prove that you can be good parents for your children, in whatever way that works. But of course, when it comes to the system, they wait for something messed up to happen first before they take charge, which is where the system is just, yeah. Can't swear on this page. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you so much for your time, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.